Hey y'all, sorry. Hey guys. On here real quick. Magnolia salutations. Hey, chief meteorologist. Hey you guys, welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. And y'all, I have to be on set tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to do my live stream unless I get up super early, but I'll see. Trying to stay consistent. I appreciate you guys being here for your girl. Man, I'm telling you, I miss Shay at night because that will be what I'm doing while I'm putting my beans on and cleaning the house and stuff and getting a reset for the next day. And now stuff, I'm gonna be honest, stuff all over the place. Look, I'm zipping up stuff now. My little cords all over the place because I don't have Shay to listen to while I'm doing stuff. Because that's why you guys wouldn't see me in the chat. I'll say hello, but that was how I was getting through the night. Like really like resetting for the next day, doing my laundry, everything. So shout out to the late night crew. We miss you over there, Shay. Hey Gardis, what's up? So I saw that Ryan was covering the Thornton Township meeting. If you guys want to check that out, Ryan's Gay Chicago. I'm not talking about that tonight because I'm just gonna tell you I wasn't even there. But I could just about sum it up. They all gonna vote the way Napoleon vote. Everybody sitting there, you are my leader. They all sitting there like with the barcode scans. So we don't even have to go. We know everything passed. They wanted passed, child. We already know it's gonna be a lonely Christmas with chicken instead of smoky turkey tails. We're gonna have smoky turkey necks. We don't even gotta look. So that's what's going on over there. Tomorrow when the Lancet Journal do something, I'll cover it, child. I wanted to talk about to have a little chit chat with you guys. And thumbs up the video if you can. You know, it's just us, a small little intimate crowd per usual, the way we like it. I want to talk about Rob Reiner right quick. So, you know, we was praying for the best, and we were sitting up there like, man, you know, Brentwood already cursed because it's up the street from OJ. And then I'm just gonna talk turkey. Rich people problems, okay? Rich people problems. And you know, uh, let's just talk about it. So Rob Reiner, like critically acclaimed, right? Like I saw him as a chill director. Yes, he was very like you know what they call them nepo babies, but he carved out his way with doing, you know, the acting and then going into the directing. And to me, his movies were classic movies. It wasn't like a movie where he was getting 8 to 10 Oscars every time he did a movie. I don't even know if he was Oscar award winning, and that's not shade at all. But a Rob Reiner film meant something. It would be a cult classic. It would be something you remember. I remember Stand By Me, like from the time I saw it as a kid. It's something that you would always remember. He had memorable movies, not the hugest cast like all the time. A lot of actors he had started off maybe stand-up comics, something like that, and then grew into like these huge actors like Demi Moore, Jack Nicholson, stuff like that. That's how I see. You guys know I watch movies and I don't watch it a normal way. I love the behind the scenes stuff. So that's to work with Rob Reiner is he could make your career in Hollywood. He is someone that could bring you to stardom, starring in one of his films. So I wanted to talk about them. Let me look at your comments first. What did Garda say? I should have filled in the gap when Shay was on vacation. I could have had late night school crew. I love it. I didn't realize he directed Misery, which was nominated for an Oscar. Misery was the I think he got a couple of nominations but I'm not sure if he won an Oscar. I'm sure he probably was on a team with someone Oscar. He had like he was like okay, you know who's one of the funniest people and people don't understand why I watch this show? Larry David. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if y'all ever saw that show. Curb Your Enthusiasm is my show. Larry David is just hilarious to me. And that's what sort of uh Rob Reiner remind me of. Look, okay, so, oh, he never won one. I just think he was like a classic movie. He made movies that made you feel good, that had memorable moments, you fall in love moments, awkward moments, coming of age stories, stuff like that. I just that's how a Rob Reiner film. Now I missed the whole Stephen King Rob Reiner connection because he did Stand By Me, not to be confused with Lean on Me, because Cold 10, take the chains off the door. um, or he did Stand By Me, and then he did Misery. So I totally didn't even, get to that. Which is critically acclaimed. I think Kathy Bates won an Oscar for Misery though. So yeah, he's helped people get Oscars. So Rob Reiner, I was just going over the story in my head, and you can watch Misery on YouTube movies right now. Actually, I was watching it today, like, oh, this is pretty good. I forgot all about this. So I was listening to the story. So let's get into the story. And we were hoping it wasn't gonna be a family member, but something like that is a crime of passion. You already know how it's gonna go down. Like, people don't eat people. It take a lot to lift your hand, go down, lift your hand, go down. Not to be graphic, but that I'm not a therapist, but that's what people say when people get into that stabbing situation, sort of like what happened with Nicole Brown Simpson, which is why they were saying it was somebody they knew, because they didn't stop. You know what I mean? You're mad. We watched Snapped. So okay, so check it. Let's talk turkey. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm from the south side of Chicago, so I'm looking at everything like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This he needed a good ass whooping. Okay, that's what this young man needed. Okay, he, something, you're not supposed to give up on your kids, and I'm not blaming the Reiners or anything like that, but something like that. This is what they're telling us, and it seemed like Rob was trying to save his son, right? So this is what they told us. They told us they went to Conan O'Brien, had a Christmas party that he has every year. So Rob and his wife, Nick's mother, so his wife name is Michelle, they bring their 32-year-old son to Conan O'Brien party to keep an eye on him. And this party is supposed to be like the bee's knees. It's supposed to be like the shindig of the year, and he came in with sweats on or whatever. And he's walking around to like Bill Nader and all these people and asking people, "Are you famous? Are you famous?" And butting in on conversations and just being really annoying. So all of a sudden he snaps on his dad and they get into this huge argument. Now, this is the story they telling us. So Rob and his wife leave the party and leave him there, like, find your way home. Now, I'm just giving y'all what they told me. Okay, this is the story we hear from the blogs. So he's sitting over there. Hey, Ragin. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Brentwood has some bad juju. Okay, and this coming from Louisiana. Okay. And Magnolia said, yeah, they say it's usually a robbery or family with deaths like that. Yeah, like he was mad. So they said they get into a big argument. Now I can't wait to find out what this argument was about. You know what I mean? So they get into this huge argument. So Rob and his wife leave and go home. Now, People Magazine is reporting that um Sunday, so this happened Saturday night, the party was. Sunday around 3 o'clock, the daughter lived across the street. So she come over to her parents' house to check on them. And they said they had dinner like a family all the time. Like they sat around, passed the spaghetti, the rolls, all of that stuff like a family all the time. Like they were big on that. So she goes over there. She ain't heard from her parents today. So about 3 o'clock, she go across the street, go in their bedroom, and they're deceased with the rigor mortis already. Okay. So in my head, that means Nick then went to the house and did what he, because they were in the bedroom. They didn't say if they were in the bed or anything. They said they both were found in their bedroom. So he probably did it while they were asleep or something, allegedly, like I'm saying, in the bedroom. Because I was wondering, how did he catch them both off guard? You know what I mean? So, now we're going to read this TMZ article, but this is where the fat meat just seems like it was too greasy. Okay. They say that Nick went and checked into a hotel. Now they said that Nick was living in the back in the guest house of the estate, right? So I don't know why he was in the main house. Probably they left the door open, whatever. They that's not uncommon. They said that he went ahead and went and checked it to the hotel. Now, y'all sitting down for this? They said, okay, I'm Miss Bonita from In Living Color, because who is they? You like Berg, who is they? They said that the cleaning people go to, check out is at 11. They go to the room and it's blood all in the shower, all on the sheets, all over the place. So my question is, they said it's like a bloodbath. It looked like Pennywise then went through the whole room. How did he check in with all bloody? We need video. We need, in this age of video, we need video, because why did y'all let him check in? So then the people that checked Nick in said he looked like he was tweaking, but it's not uncommon for people to look like that going down to the Santa Monica in the middle of the night checking in the hotel. So they just figured he needs to lay down, sleep off, whatever. So they called him about 20 minutes from the hotel, and that's the picture you see right here. Okay. And Gardis, we gotta put. Why we always gotta? We gotta stop Gardis all the time. Oh my goodness! Yeah, all over the room. So let's get to the TMZ article, because I'm sitting over here like, okay, so how did we get here where y'all didn't see that he checked in like that? I see this the stuff where this one you need. Okay. So it says the New York Post obtained video from Sunday's arrest near the USC campus in downtown Los Angeles, and you see Nick standing on the corner when a bunch of police cars pull up and officers hop out and throw him in a pair of handcuffs. Okay, so LAPD released still images from the arrest Monday, but this was the first video to emerge. We can't play that because TMZ will just shut the channel down. They're greedy. Nick was charged Tuesday with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of his famous parents. Okay. Now, the Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hodgman says Nick faces the possibility of life in prison without parole or the death penalty if convicted on all counts. Now, he got this huge lawyer, Alan Jackson. He just got that lady that was over there in Massachusetts. I cannot think of her name. I follow a couple of people that covers that. Who did he? Hold on, let me see. He just this lady. She had no hopes of getting out. She had no hopes. Say he needs some milk. Hold on. Let me tell you, he needs something. Sorry, y'all. That's my call sheet for tomorrow. Let me see. What's that lady name he just defended? Hold on. I wanted to. What is this man? It was a lady name. I don't know. Alan Jackson. That's her name. He just defended this lady. She had nobody thought. Why can't we'll have to go back to that. I forgot who it was. But anyway, he defended this lady that had no chance in heck of getting off. Okay, I could probably click his name right here. Look at technology. Okay, Alan Jackson in my corner. Who was the lady? Karen Reed. That was it. Karen Reed. She was acquitted of murder in Massachusetts. She like ran over someone. Like it was crazy. This was a big case. So anyway, he got him, right? So the attorney arrived to the estate. They looked at the crime scene. Like he had to have. Where did he get money from? Now they're already going into the insanity plea. Already, they got him on suicide watch right now, and they also said that they're gonna look in. This is what the prosecutor said. They said, well, the death penalty is on the table unless the family does not want that. I think that is so sad.
This is your holiday reminder that shoes are a gift.
I think that is so
and
sad.
we're not just doing that because we're DSW.
This year, unwrap
DSW playing.
Unwrap something awesome.
Sorry,
like a new adventure. Unwrap an excuse to stay in.
Or a reason to call the babysitter.
Unwrap joy.
Because shoes aren't just shoes.
They're exactly what you want.
So unwrap something good. Shoes
Okay, you gotta stop that. TLC, stop it. It's too late. We don't have Shay. It's just me. Okay. So they said that they're going to do the death penalty only if the family, they got to see what the family say. Can you imagine like the sisters and the brothers have to make the decision on if they're going to seek the electric chair or whatever, lethal injection for their brother? It's not going to happen. Because the first thing, in my opinion, number one, even if they wanted it to happen, can you imagine how everybody will be looking at them like, oh, you're going to get rid of your brother too? Like society. So they can't do that. But they probably like, go ahead, But now they probably got to think about their parents and the love that the parents had for Nick. And they knew Nick was sick, and they tried and tried and tried to help him with his mental health and his substance abuse issue. You know what I mean? Gardy said, I thought it was a moratorium on the death penalty in California. They said it was on the table. Let's see. Let's look it up. Let's see. Yeah, it says in 2025, it maintained its execution moratorium under Governor Newsom with no executions, but the death row populations continue to shrink due to resentencing deaths and ongoing legal challenges. Yeah, that's what People Magazine said. I'm on People. I'm on Cosmopolitan. Gardens, leave me alone. So let's go to it. Do they still have Cosmo magazine? I used to love that. I used to love reading my mom's Cosmo. Okay, let's go here. Okay, it says Rob Reiner's son Nick will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with special allegations of using a knife. Now, okay, so let me tell you the gossip part. Now, this is not anything I heard. This is like, I mean, I heard on like TikTok or something. I haven't heard this from any official news or media. They were saying that Nick owed, this is the gossip, y'all. This is the gossip. He owed some big dealers some money, and he was going to get the money through the life insurance. That's what they're saying. I don't think so. I don't know, because I don't know the situation. But if he has money on hand to retain someone like Alan, could that be? Unless Alan knows that Nick will have access to money some kind of way. Billy Crystal, whatever. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, why did he take the case so fast? How did Alan get money? And then, I mean, how did Nick Reiner get money that fast? Unless he was just sitting on a bunch of money, right? But then he wouldn't owe dealers, right? So yeah. So Rachel said it's the governor's choice. He said your fingers under him. Oh no. I had that today earlier. This reminds me of the story about the mom being unalived by her special needs son. What? Oh no. And then we just heard about the opera guy that his son had mental illness, and he was trying with him, and then it ended up this way. And it was the young man that just got 72 years. What is happening? It was 3 stories we talked about. The Maryland guy. Let me play this one. Beautiful lady. And let's not forget, in Chicago and Bolingbrook, I think it was. Remember that football player? Did they ever catch him? That football player, and he went overseas. He played for like the Seahawks or something like that. And he went overseas, and they couldn't catch him, and he had unalived his mother. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with y'all?
Eyes today in court from the family and friends of Lorena Royster, who today her son was sentenced to life with all but 72 years suspended. And the family says that even though this provides some type of closure and justice, they're still struggling with the fact that Lorena Royster is no longer here. Lorena Royster's family and friends walking hand in hand after an emotional sentencing inside a Prince George's County courtroom.
She was a caregiver, someone who loved anyone that she met. She would give you the shirt off of her back.
The sentencing was for Royster's son, 53-year-old Reginald English, who was convicted of killing his mother this summer. Today, inside the courtroom, the prosecution asked the court to sentence English to a life sentence with all but 72 years suspended, 72 representing Royster's age at the time that she was killed. The judge granted the state's sentencing request.
For me, 72 years is going to be forever etched in his brain. I don't care where he goes until the day he leaves this earth. And even when he's in the ground, he's probably going to remember 72.
English.
Isn't that crazy? So he got 72 years, the age of his mom, when he took her life. I think that was proper punishment. That he has to sit in there for that number 72 at 54 years old. And every time he stamp or have to do something, it'll have that 72 on it. I wonder if they caught that guy, Sergio Brown. Did they ever catch him? Hold on, sorry guys. Did they ever catch him? Sergio Brown. Brown was detained in San Diego in October 2023 after he's held at Cook County Jail awaiting trial. He's still in jail? So they did catch him. Man, this was just crazy. And they said that because they said his mom was so doting over him. Like he was her pride and joy. And then she had another son, and he would just be like, Mom, you know, you got to watch Sergio because he has this going on. And she was just found in that creek like that. Oh, just, this is, hey, Cases, how are you? Cases was who I was watching when, Cases, the lawyer that's taking Nick Reiner case, that's how I found your channel. You were covering, what was the lady name? I cannot remember her name. That was in Massachusetts. Karen Reed. Yep, cases was covering Karen Reed case, and that's where I found you. Yeah, really crazy. You know, and then it's something because, you know, I was watching the young lady Rizzy that actually took her own life on live, and that hasn't made it over to YouTube yet, but it was on TikTok. And she, let me tell you why I'm talking about her, because this kind of correlates. She was on a live stream, y'all. This was crazy. So the live stream is going on, and she's in a mental facility. For some reason, the mental facility let her have a phone. I guess I didn't know that was a thing, but I thought you were supposed to have a break from social media and stuff, you know, when you're getting mental care. But I guess that's your right to be able to have a phone or whatever. So she was in the facility, and she made like a call, and she was able to call into somebody else's show. And she made it clear that she was in a mental facility. And her name is Rizzy on TikTok, you guys. So she made, with an I, she made it clear that she was in a mental facility. People were talking about her. She's adopted by, I think she's black, but she was adopted by white parents, and the black content creators were making fun of her adoption, talking about like your mama didn't want you and all that stuff. And then she thought she found a friend on social media, and they ended up using her. And so she kind of spiraled. So she was like, I already had mental health issues, but TikTok and social media is not good for my mental health. So she was explaining everything from the mental health facility, and they started laughing at her. So this older woman, she's older than me, guys. She gets on TikTok, and she is just being loud and mean and ignorant with Rizzy. And Rizzy was like, why are you being so mean to me? I did nothing to you, right? And so she was like, because I want to be, and you this, you that. So she was like, man, I just want y'all to, you know, I'm just paraphrasing. She was like, I just want y'all to, you know, understand where I'm coming from. This is not true what you're saying about me. She was just trying to explain herself to these ignorant folks, right? So all of a sudden, y'all, she just just hung. That's what I'll say. And on live. And then they were calling her name. Then they were making fun of her, thinking it was fake. And she was on live, deceased. Okay. Crazy work. So that reminds me of like now all these people talking about it's not my fault, it's not my fault. This goes back to, I don't know if y'all ever heard that story. Remember that boy? He had a girlfriend, and he was so in love with her, and she told him to take the watering hose and hook it up to his exhaust pipe in his truck, and he was in a parking lot, and she was texting him telling him to do it, and she went to jail. Yeah. She went to jail. So they running around here on TikTok still thinking it's funny, talking about it wasn't my fault. No, this girl went to jail. I think they made a movie out of it too. Y'all remember that story where she was texting her ex-boyfriend, and he was so depressed, and she was telling him step by step how to do it. That's what they told the girl, Rizzy, and she was in a mental institution. Just had got home. And as soon as she got home, she got on TikTok, and all these people were bullying her. You are not responsible. You cannot just because you got tough skin and you like to go back and forth and you like to yell and talk about people and shoot the dozens or call people out their name and all that stuff, you don't know how other people feel. You don't know their emotional state. But the way you act definitely can hold some responsibility. What was that girl name? And she broke down in court. She was like, it was called I Love You Now Die. The text suicide scandal. Her name was Michelle. She was in Massachusetts too. Michelle Carter. That was her name. And she went out talking about some, oh yeah, go ahead and do it. And he did it. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. I think this. So, okay. This was the girl. I just want to show y'all who she was. This girl right here. So y'all doing all that bullying and stuff. You don't get to choose how people feel. If they nice, if they not,
We felt numb.
If they're not strong, you don't get to choose their emotional state. And that poor girl Rizzy, she definitely lost her life on TikTok live the other day. TikTok used to be fun for dancing and recipes and all that stuff, and now y'all have turned it into beef talk. Holy water for everybody. So I'm calling HR. I'm calling HR on everybody. Yeah. This girl told him go ahead and do it. Then he didn't answer the phone. She started crying. I said, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, these kids need whoopings. Okay, let's go back to Nick Reiner. So Nick, okay, so they're saying that he's on suicide watch and he is not in the mental state to go to court and plead anything. And it's like, what? No. Roll him into court. Roll him in. Okay? Don't, and this is the thing, that it's going to stretch out because they're going to have to medicate him. So this is the thing, okay? Because he's on the watch, and because he's on the substances, and because he already probably got medicines for mental situations, he's getting medicated, okay? And he's getting medicated. They're giving him something so he don't OD. They're giving him something so he don't do harm to himself. So he probably sitting there in jail with a Xanax, okay? A honey bun with peanut butter on it, enjoying his life. And he is just, and if they keep him medicated, he's never going to be able to be in the condition to stand trial. That's my thoughts on that. Because they just can't let him be in a cell cold turkey with all the stuff he had going on. Because what if he was in a what they call it, hallucinated state or something like that, and then all of a sudden he snapped out of it or whatever he gonna tell us? Yeah, they got him medicated, so he probably don't know what's going on anyway. He's in, hey, him, yeah, deletion exemption, right? Zombie land, right? He up in there like he chilling. His lawyer is keeping him well medicated, okay? So he's being held without bail, but has yet to appear in court. Okay. He will be charged with a double murder and use of a knife. And it's crazy how they're keeping it under, Nick Reiner, the son of Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner, will be formally charged with the murder of his parents. Nick will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special allegation that he used a knife. What do a special allegation mean? Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hodgman said at the press conference. Rob and Michelle were found dead in their Los Angeles home on Sunday, December 14th. Sources who spoke to the family previously told People that Rob and Michelle were found by their daughter, Romy. Several hours after his parents were killed, Nick was arrested in connection with the murders. Nick is being held without bail at the Los Angeles Men's Central Jail, his attorney, Alan Jackson, said. He was initially supposed to appear in court Tuesday, but Jackson said his client had not yet been medically cleared. According to multiple sources, People previously reported that Rob and Nick engaged in a very loud argument at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien the night before the killings. Nick was freaking everyone out, acting crazy, kept asking people if they were famous, one of the sources said regarding the party. On Sunday, the Los Angeles Fire Department said it was called to the Reiner home to provide aid around 3:30 p.m. Rob and Michelle have been married since 1989 and had 3 children together, Jake, Romy, and Nick. Rob also adopted Tracy, the daughter of his first wife, Penny Marshall. So it goes into, he directed Harry Meets Sally. So wait a minute. So Nick Reiner is now represented by a lawyer who defended Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Karen Reed. Now let me tell you something. We ain't seen Kevin Spacey since. What was that show? He had this show. Was it House of Cards or something like that? I think that was on Netflix. It was a really good show. And then the scandal came out, and that was it. We haven't seen Kevin Spacey since. Casey said, I'm surprised that Alan Jackson took the case. Now, Casey, can I ask you this? Or could I ask everybody this? You guys, do y'all think he did it by himself? Maybe that's why. Or maybe it's going to be an easy insanity plea. Like super easy. It's all this. I mean, they made a freaking movie about his emotional state, right? So it's all this evidence that he's been troubled since youth. So maybe that's why he took it, because he's like, this open and shut. You go into mental Club Med. You doing a Martha Stewart. It's gonna be nice and easy. Nice and easy. Why does the son look like Andy from Popcorn? I think that means at some point he used a knife, but that's not what killed him. Oh, wow. So Nick Reiner has hired Alan Jackson as his defense attorney. Okay, so this is, if he's not in the right mental state, how do he know to call Alan Jackson? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know to do that? Reiner is accused of murdering his parents, Rob and Michelle. Jackson has represented Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Karen Reed. This is creepy. So it said Jackson, a partner in the firm Worksman, Jackson, and Quinn, helped secure an acquittal for Karen Reed, who has been charged with murdering her police officer boyfriend in Massachusetts. Jackson also represented Kevin Spacey in his Massachusetts groping case, which was dismissed when the actor's accuser dropped their civil complaint. He was also on the team that defended Harvey Weinstein in his California criminal trial. So Weinstein was convicted of rape charges and sentenced to 16 years in prison. Previously, Jackson successfully prosecuted record producer Phil Spector. Oh, wow. For murder. Yeah, I remember that. And then he unsuccessfully ran for a Los Angeles district attorney in 2012. I think Nick might get off, y'all. And it's just all the history of so much of his mental state out there, even Rob saying it. And it's going to be probably it's going to be kind of a defense. Oh, Rob would, and I hate that for them. I do. Rob would want his son not to be in jail. Rob would want, his mama. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. So here's the hotel room, y'all. So it says Rob and Michelle Reiner, Nick's, hotel room full of blood. Oh wow. So it says Nick Reiner, who was under arrest for the murder of Rob and Michelle Reiner, checked into a Santa Monica hotel early Sunday morning and left a trail of blood behind. What? So Ray just said, well, Magnolia said he will likely have a team of attorneys. He took it because it's a high profile case. He's most likely the family attorney. Oh, and the neighbors came over? Casey says, I think he could go for a drug psychosis plea. Where's the Ring doorbell? I want to see all of that. How did he get in the house? How did he leave the house? Nick Reiner, who is under arrest for the murder of Rob and Michelle Reiner, checked into a Santa Monica hotel early Sunday morning and left a trail of blood behind, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Nick checked into the Pierside Santa Monica around 4 a.m. Sunday using his credit card. So he already he allegedly left Conan party and went there and did it using his credit card. His check-in came hours after he got into a heated argument with his father at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Eyewitnesses who saw Nick check in said he seemed, quote, tweaked out, but there were no visible signs he had been in a violent confrontation. We're told definitely no blood stains or cuts on his body. The reservation was made for just a day, but Nick never formally checked out. When the staff came into his room later Sunday morning, they found the shower full of blood and blood on the bed. The window in the room was covered by bed sheets. LAPD robbery homicide detectives went to the hotel Monday to gather evidence and also interview employees. Nick was eventually tracked down and arrested maybe 20 miles away at Exposition Park near downtown Los Angeles. TMZ broke the story. Sources told us Nick was acting very strange at Conan's party, not interacting with guests, and his attire was out of place. It was a pretty ritzy event, but Nick was rolling around in a sweatshirt and seemed high on something. The Reiners have had problems for years trying to help Nick kick his substance abuse problem, largely to no avail. Oh, gosh. So now, so they're saying Billy Crystal, I saw he was on the scene. Billy Crystal saw dead bodies? What? A rep for Billy Crystal denies that Billy and his wife saw the bodies of their friends. The rep says Billy and his wife were not even allowed to get that close to the house. Billy Crystal and his wife Janice, that's what they're saying. TMZ, know they be somewhere. Slain bodies of Rob and Michelle. I wouldn't even want to see that. Oh, that is so crazy. So Ray just said he was living at the house. The Princess Bride, I gotta see that. I haven't seen The Princess Bride. I gotta see that. I know a lot of people love that movie. Scott said, I just thought of something. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking for my StreamYard link. Okay, let me go over here. Now I see y'all. I just thought of something. There's usually no shortage of crazy women that throw themselves at high-profile murder cases. I can't imagine it'll be really bad for this case. Yeah, isn't that something? Like they always, like Scott Peterson, Drew Peterson, all the Petersons, Michael Peterson. Don't marry a Peterson. That's why the cops couldn't enter the house right away. Technically, he lived there. He was squatting there. Oh my goodness. So they said he lived in a guest house, but I guess that's the premise still. Y'all, this poor family. This poor family. So, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? Okay, so this is the latest story. So, People says Rob Reiner's daughter found dad's body after massage therapist called her. Didn't know mom was also dead in the house. Now, see, I thought they were both in the same room. Like this is gonna be something else. Y'all messing up the case already. Okay, so it says Romy Reiner, the daughter of the slain actor. Sorry, let's go. Why are the why are the sheets on the window? Well, they said the sheets was on the window at the hotel. Let's see. Romy Reiner, the daughter of slain actor director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, was unaware that her mother was also dead inside the Los Angeles home where she discovered the body of her father, according to a new report. Romy, 27, arrived at Rob and Michelle's Brentwood home on the afternoon of Sunday, December 14th, after she was contacted by a massage therapist who was unable to access the property, the New York Times reported. After she arrived at the home and discovered her father's body, Romy allegedly fled the home without knowing that her mother, Michelle, was also dead inside, the outlet reported. She was later told by a paramedic that Michelle had been killed, a source close to the family told the Times. People previously reported that Romy discovered Rob's body on Sunday afternoon, hours before her brother Nick was located by the police and arrested near the University of Southern California campus at about 9:15 p.m. that evening. Nick was not at home at the time of the discovery. So she's the youngest of Rob and Michelle's three children, together along with brothers Nick, 32, and Jake, 34. Jake ain't been around. Jake said, "Keep me out of this." Nick was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with special allegation of using a knife on Tuesday, December 16th. The Los Angeles County District's Attorney Office announced in a press release. If convicted, he faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Okay, so this is my question, y'all. I hate when stuff like this happens because now, what if Nick wasn't by himself? Like now, y'all, the story is changing. I think Nick did it, but he's easy to be the person that do something like that. You know what I mean? He already got issues emotionally, substancely, everythingly. He's just a mess. Okay. But if they were fighting and got into a rage, a fight, like it was that bad, how did he? Because I thought he was in a guest house, but maybe they let him live in a house like you guys were saying. How did it get that bad where they could sleep in the house with him in there acting crazy? I can't wait till the evidence comes out. Yeah, social media evidence cracks me up. Yeah, we be having all these theories. Because it's so funny because now social media news moves so fast and all of these theories come out and it don't even be close to what's going on. Give me the Ring doorbell, I'll solve it. I'll solve the case. But this is going to be really hard on the family to have to make that decision and to lose all 3 family members because now Nick is gone up the river. He's gone, and how do you look your siblings in the eye when you took your parents' life? Oh, 78 years old, you don't need 2 people. Chuck Norris, okay? So the charge is premeditated murder, and they did have a fight at the party. Then they left him there. They sure did. Rob was not Nicole Simpson. Oh, this is sad, man. This is real, like, it's just unfair. Early morning hours. And then he just looked like all the pictures of him, he looked really tortured, right? He just looked unhappy and tortured. Y'all, take care of your mental health. Like, I just want to say that right quick. Like, now we're at the day and age where we could get help. You know what I mean? We don't have to suffer through stuff like we used to back in the days. You know, somebody be like, put some castor oil on your belly button and you'll be okay. Your mental health will be fine. You ain't got to do that now. You can really get help for like anxiety, depression, you know, substance abuse. You can get help for that too. You know, you can get help for everything nowadays. So, you know, emotional issues, all that stuff. So take care of it. Don't be shamed. And what's so sad is, and I'm speaking on behalf of being a Black woman, a lot of people want to throw around people are crazy or they're mental, and not really say mental health matters until someone leaves this earth or something or they kill people or something drastic happen. We like to make fun of that with people, but mental health you have to nurture just like your body. You have to nurture your mind the same way you would your body. Please, please. So I just want to say that. And regarding what was going on with Nick at 34 years old, they could not force him to get anything else. He would have to want it. It was nothing else they could do. He was not a teen. He wasn't a coming of age. He wasn't a young adult. He was almost 40. He was almost 40. We're going to put you in a treatment plan. We're going to get you an apartment over there on Crenshaw, and you're going to have to figure it out. Okay, Crenshaw and Wilshire is a good area. Crenshaw and Wilshire, you're going to have to figure it out, but you can't stay here, bro. You can't stay here, Nick, with all your shenanigans. We're going to have to, you got to go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and shadow box with yourself until you want to get medicated and do better for yourself. It seems like they tried everything for Nick. It just seemed like they did. You talk about some Hennessy. Hey, Choose. I'm thinking he got home mad as fuck, got high, sent his parents to heaven, tried to clean it up and couldn't, then got a hotel room. I think so. Okay. And you know what, Magnolia? I can't wait to hear what the argument was about. I can't wait to hear what the argument was about. You know what? Something crazy. I want a new ZX2. I want I need money for this. Something crazy. I want to hear what the argument was about. Nothing warranted this. And I believe it. I think he went and got, you know, and you know what? Because now it's some drugs out here that's not just drugs. I don't know what it is. Synthetic. I don't know what it is. Yucky. I don't know. But it's some stuff out here that's not just like weed. You know what I mean? Weed or the coke. It's stuff that we never heard of that people taking nowadays that just make you, you know, I don't even know. Like it was like 2 drugs back in the day. That was like 198 drugs. Okay, like all type of flavors and crazy. When I was watching that Diddy documentary and they were talking about this and that, I said I never heard of none of this stuff. What do you get that? What is this? They had like Fred Flintstone, Obama stuff. Like, what are you talking about? What is this? Crazy. I think of the last few moments from that 90s movies, The Basketball Diaries, where Leo's mom almost caves in when he comes by trying to get money to score. Yeah, it's one more movie. It's this lady. She voices Meg on Family Guy. What is her name? She was on that 70s show. She had a really good movie too, where she came with her mom. I can't think of her name. She's married to Ashton Kutcher. Mila Kunis. She it's a really good movie. Can't think of it right now, but she was on drugs and she came by. Her mama was like, that last day, no. No, just no. Just know. And I think that people that know people, don't even have to be your children. I shared that on my channel before. Like, you want to help someone. You want to think if you give them money, it'll help them. You want to think if you let them live with you, it'll help them. All these things you want to do to help them. You think if I just help them do this, if I give them a car, if I give them money, if I give them a place to stay, they're gonna change their life around. And it's really something they have to want themselves. And you have to know, and I just can't imagine Nick, because Nick was dealing with substance abuse and mental health issues together for years. It's the disease. It's the disease. It's not even them. You probably looking like, this my little baby Nick. This my little baby that like to play choo-choo train and all this stuff. Like chocolate chip cookies, but that's not him anymore because the disease has taken him. So it's so messed up, because I'm sure they probably was like, okay, you're rich. The world, we even made a movie about you. You can have you're going. We didn't take none of the other kids. We took you to Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. They probably spent so much time trying to get him well, they might have neglected the other kids. It's just sad. Mila Kunis, that was it. Thank you. Samuel J. I smoked the TV, mama. I smoked the TV. Oh, Marvin Gaye, yeah. Real life. Because if you take me to a party and we get into it at the party, then you leave me at the party and we live at the same spot. We fight when we get home, right? But a normal fight. And I'm going to wake you up too. Get up. Because you ain't going to sleep because we still fighting. I'm with you too. But a normal fight, Magnolia, what he did was, it was the last straw. And it's like, what made this the last straw? Like, what is your problem? What is your problem? The interview with Rob and Nick. Nick was very strange. He said some strange things. I couldn't finish that interview. Oh my goodness. Was that the one where they were sitting in the director's chair? And because I saw like two of them when it was like 2016. And the interview guy looked so uncomfortable because Rob was trying his best. He's like, I'm trying to be a better dad. And dude was just Donnie Darko the whole time. I was just like, what is going on? Oh, it was so bad. We all know someone very famous. I know them personally, and all the money couldn't save his nephew from drugs. It's something, because it's the disease. It is. So, and then I couldn't imagine not, how, normally we're dealing with little stuff like bills and issues and stress, you know what I mean? And just imagine you had something that would magically take all your problems away: grief, stress, bills, demons chasing you, right? And you got something that could take it all away. And then only thing you got to do is keep taking it to make all your problems go away. That's a problem. That's a crazy problem to have when you think about it. Because if you don't take it, all your problems and all your demons come right back. They're there anyway, but you got something unlimited at your fingertips that could take it all away. That's crazy when you think about it. It's something to be said about that. Man, it's something to be said about that. Then let's say his lawyer could argue he got a hold of some bad drugs. Maybe they thought maybe he was able, and everybody knew he was like they said, he was kind of what did they say? He was tripping. Not that. They said tweaking. They said he was tweaking. So maybe people are used to Nick tweaking, but maybe he got a hold of something that was just not right. You know how people be cutting stuff and all that weird stuff. something. He was like, my dad, like, oh, Choose had it. I saw this part. He said, my dad likes baseball and I like soccer or something, so we didn't hang up. And then he said something like, my dad likes baseball and my brother likes football or soccer. You got it right. And then he said, but my dad watches football with my brother, and so we don't hang out. And I was like, what? Wait, is he the middle child? Is he the middle child? Because that's a whole nother story too. Yeah, for him to just go get a knife, like, okay, so I'm gonna say something crazy. Sometimes it all boils down to what we consume too. Because I'm just thinking, like, where did he, stuff that we consume when we're watching TV and stuff like that? Like, did he think that was okay? Like, how many movies have you seen where people have gotten away with that crime, especially the knife crime? Like, pack up and get out. Like, if you hate your parents that much and you hate them, the best thing to do, go get your suitcase. You ever saw the little people that walk? What is that? This is what you do like this. This, let me tell you. You get one of these. This is all you gotta do. You go take the tablecloth. You take the tablecloth off the table. You put all your clothes right in the middle and you tie it. You put that stick right over your shoulder and you hit the road. You get up out of there. Okay? You don't take somebody's life. I'll never talk to you again. Okay? You don't answer your phone. You block them. Because they're such awful parents. You never want to see them again, right? Get up out of there. That's what you hit the road. You don't kill somebody. This is just tragic. Tragic. This is what you do. What is that called? They go walking down the street. This should have been Nick right here. This him right here. This him right here. Shirt and all. Get on out of there. You so mad you can't stand your family. Hit it. Hit it. Want to see a dead body? You take your butt up out of there. Like, what the heck? And that's a line from Stand By Me, by the way. Just horrible. You go walking down the railroad tracks by yourself. You don't take your parents' life. Oh, sicko, man. Sick. Like, they should be whooped. Like, put him in Gen Pop. Since he thought his life was so bad, put him in Gen Pop. Don't put him in no private room on a watch. Put him on Gen Pop. Just crazy. Bologna sandwich, no commissary. Just mad. Oh, I can't stand it. Shame on you, Nick. Shame. You get up out of there. I would have been like, you know what, Mom? Mom, Dad, you'll never hear from me again. Never. I left a note on the table. I hate you. I hate your guts. Got up out of there. Took all the Emmys off the shelf, went to the pawn shop and hit the road. Hit the road. You don't take nobody's life. Just sad. So now we just have to wait, you guys. We just have to see if he will, how he's going to plead, what they're going to say. My guess, insanity. Insanity. And I think he's going to get off because of the history of we just have documents of documents of public knowledge that he had all kind of issues. So it's no telling what medical experts are going to say about him. Scott said, wait a minute. Scott said, I remember doing that in the first grade. Told my parents I was going to leave and march to Washington, D.C. like Martin Luther King. What did you What did you pack up, Scott? Like a truck? A carton of milk, a little toy truck, a piggy bank. Like, what in first grade? What do you think you gonna pack up? That is so cute. Oh my goodness. So I'm out of here. I ran away from Dalton when I was 14 to my grandma's house. Oh, look, you should have came and got me. Choose, you should have stopped by my house and came and got me too. Oh, I wouldn't be here now, Lord. See, I had a whole. Scott was sophisticated. He had a whole suitcase. And look, his arm would have been tired. I don't think they had the rolling suitcases back then. You would have had you had to carry it like a briefcase. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Made it to the end of the cul-de-sac. Oh no, not the second floor. I jumped out the second floor window on Dorchester. Oh no. They said Grandma said, let me drop you off. They put him in the cell with Adam BC from Oz. I gotta see. I remember Oz. I gotta see that. So I was like, choose. I went to my grandma's house. That's so sweet. Like grandma, like, okay, now what happened? That's like getting your parents in trouble. Like now, at least y'all went somewhere safe. Y'all went somewhere safe. Scott got a suitcase. Oh man, yeah, that's what you do. You run away. You run away, Nick. You don't do something like this. Y'all will never see me again. I hate you. Slam your door. All that stuff we see happen on TV. Do that. You don't do nothing like this. This is crazy. All right, you guys. I appreciate you. I was long-winded. I just really wanted to talk about this case, and I really wanted to know how did he enter the hotel? So they said it was a trail of blood, so maybe they noticed it later, or maybe he had a jacket on and his clothes under it was bloody. Maybe he had a backpack with the bloody clothes. But how did all the blood end up in the room if he didn't have cut marks on him? So I'm really intrigued about knowing how that went. And also, usually when people, this is kind of gruesome, so forgive me, but usually when people have a stabbing situation, they get cut at some point of the act, or it's going to be some kind of nails or somebody grabbing, to defend. So I want to see when that comes out. And what the attorney has to say. What the attorney has to say. All right, you guys. Yeah, we got choose it. You didn't get a whooping. Now you did good. Now that's the worst. Can you imagine if you run away and you let me take this down. Because now we talk about running away from home. You know what? They should give parenting classes before you bring the baby home. I know I needed it because I'm just doing stuff that I'm taught. But that is kind of weird because I ran away and then when I came home, I got a whoop. Wait a minute. So if I come home, I get a whooping, or I got threatened with a whooping. I can't remember if I got a whooping, but I think I got threatened with a whooping. Like, so if you come home, because let me tell you, I got whoopings. I'd be like, I was one of those kids, instead of like they were like, okay, for a week you can't go outside. I'm like, can I take the whooping? Y'all ain't giving out whoopings? Like just whoop me so I can watch and live in color, please. You taking away my TV, but that defeat the purpose. You run away, come home to a butt whooping. You supposed to come home to a we appreciate you so much party, like cake and ice cream. Oh no, we never want to see you go. Like a bar mitzvah or something. You don't get no prizes for running away no more. Spoiled brat bad. Oh, you were bad. So I got both, no choices. I had all the grannies involved. Nope, I'm not getting my butt whooped at 14. Y'all, I can't remember when I didn't get a whooping, but I know I almost died one time because I grabbed that belt. Y'all ever grab the belt? That's when they know they can't. I was sitting there like Denzel in Glory with that one tear, and I grabbed that belt from my mama. Did y'all ever have to grab the belt like, this has got to stop now? I think I blacked out. I don't know. I blacked out after that. I was like, okay, if you go whoop me. Let me tell you, if you gonna whoop me, I'm gonna look you dead in your eye, okay? Dead in your eye. I was too old for whoopings. I was like, okay. Then when the punishments came, I was like, man, them whoopings only lasted like 30. They was, my parents was getting old, so they was like, they didn't have the power like they did. Like, I can't take that. Ranger said, I grabbed her hand. I forgot she had to go get Ranger go get an uppercut. Smack down. I grabbed that belt. I said, no, give us free. I will not. You're not going to keep beating on me. I blacked out. It was blackout time. So my mama had me at 16, so she was strong. Oh, no, that was a young person. Like, my parents was tired. By the time they got up the steps to get the belt, by the time they whooped us, they were sore themselves because they bones, they bones, they feel like whooping nobody. Rachel said your mom had 2 hands. You grab the belt. Well, you will not. All my life I had to fight. Now I come home from a hard day of school, algebra, and worry about the school calling. School they call, you don't even want to hear my side of the story. You don't even want to hear what I got to say. You waiting with a belt. You going to look me in my eye. That's what you going to do. All right, y'all. Y'all that cracked me up tonight. Y'all are so funny. That's why I got all my grannies involved. You a kid too. Not you gonna come for your mama. How you gonna come for your mama like that? You said you a kid too, so you gonna get your mama in trouble. I knew it was an especially bad whipping when I was in my room with the door closed and heard my mom in the living room call my granny and said she whooped me like I stole. She whooped me like I stole something. Oh, I had a nun too. Catholic school, we had nuns that had paddles. That should have been against the law. That should have been a law. It was like a 4x4, like a paddle. It was like something you build a house with. It was crazy. It was like that thing on school days, like Big Brother Almighty. That's what we had in the dang Catholic school. It should have been against the law. So I was too old and married. Oh yeah, what was the hole for? Like the hole made it like the wind go through it to make it harder. So don't get me started on holy angels. When they call you by your full government, if they whoop it and what was it? It was like, didn't I tell you? Like, okay, finish the damn sentence. Finish the sentence. Didn't I tell you? Then they get ready to walk off and then they got hit you again. Like, man, I hate you. What you say? Nothing. No, I ain't say nothing. Probably, Rachel gonna say Berg, it probably was against the law. Probably. So, Rachel was getting whooped by a charcuterie board. Oh my goodness, y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. You getting, oh my goodness, getting whooped by a charcuterie board. Oh my goodness, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. My problem, ironically, was I got saved, so everybody was a sinner. My little righteous. Oh my goodness. My mom in that same whip said, and now I'm gonna hit you 47 more times. And it actually was 47 licks. Where your what kind of arm your mama had? 47 licks. 47. That's against the law. That's against the law. Get a switch is mental. Oh, that was down south. Get a switch. Oh my goodness. Ah. Oh God, I'm trying to hold my laugh in. Milo's in the bed. Sit, built 47 licks. Can you imagine? I know her roto cuff was toe up. And then you know what, Scott? You better not move and have somebody have to chase you for the whooping. Oh, nah, that's 47 more. 47 on top of the 47. Said, Mom, she has to be in good shape. She had to be able to lift. She has to be in good shape. There's no way. Nail Carter, give me a break. If somebody built, it's not going to be able to whip you 47 times. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We had a willow tree in our backyard. So you already know what kind of switches we got. It wasn't, but it didn't go that way because you know, my dad was a softie because you know the girls, you know, if you had like a wep on you or something like that, that just looked bad. And the switches hurt. Like, you ever got hit by a double dutch rope? Like, not as a whooping while you were jumping rope. Like, it felt like that. Like, have you ever got hit with a double dutch rope? Question, speaking of that, do kids even do double dutch anymore? I have not, all summer, I have not seen any kids outside playing jump rope. I just had thought about that. And where do they get the cord for the double dutch rope? Isn't that something? I just thought about that. I was like, y'all don't be playing double dutch no more. They just be standing around in a circle. He said running around shooting. Yeah, they shooting up. Like, if these little kids got the whoopings we got, or the fear we had that we were gonna get a whipping or something like that, I mean, I'm all for like talking to kids and, you know, engaging in conversation. I'm definitely for that soft life parenting if you have a relationship with your kid. Nick, whatever his name was, Reiner, he needed to be in a military, like I don't know what he needed. He needed, like, the Reiners had enough money to, like, he might have, like, I don't know. I'm not blaming them. But if Nick had this many problems, he didn't need like the nice soft club med situation. They should have sent him down here to Dalton and sent him to like Ingalls Hospital over here and got him right together. Like, he needs to know what it was like for him to live the life. Okay, he didn't need to be a Beverly Hills going to Conan O'Brien party. No, he did not need that. Oh yeah, Tiffany was double dutch. She sure was, and roller skating. She was doing all that stuff with the kids, double dutching and roller skating. The child, I told you, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be a chicken wing crisp chicken wing Christmas around here. Child. I can't wait to see what these toys go. I can't wait to see what these toys, these kids. Y'all know how the Dollar Tree got the Barbie? I used to be so mad when I didn't get the real Barbie. I got like the fake Barbie from Dollar Tree. Her arms be falling out. That's what, you know how they give you the toys and you be like, oh, the toys, and then you open the little gifts and then it's like, man, the doll is like you don't got G.I. Joe, you got the Mo. Like it just be a mess. Just, you know what, Barbie? Jules, I'm about to time you out. Barbie. Oh my. Please. Okay, I gotta go. Y'all ain't gonna worry me tonight. That's a Barbie. Oh, Timu chicken wing. Oh my God. Ain't nobody gonna be double dutching in here. You know they don't got time to be doing that. They ain't throwing no footballs. They ain't double dutching. They not playing. They can't even be Serena and them. They didn't want none of that. We can't do none of that. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all, that Barbie. Man, Scott, it is the same people that get in trouble. Like I have to choose Scott, Hiram, and Gardens. They have to go to opposite sides of the room like in school. Y'all, it's been wonderful talking to y'all. I gotta go to sleep so I can be at work tomorrow, and then I'll try to come live. Thumbs up for consistent Berg if you can help me reach my $10. I put $19.99. It was $10. I'm sorry, we made it to 10K. Y'all gonna hear that for the rest of the week because it was such a freaking hard climb. We did it together. I appreciate y'all so much. I can't believe we did it. I should have been here. Now we here. And we're going to keep on rocking with our small community and keep on doing it. And then we're going to get Burbies for everybody. We got Burby. We got Burby on it. Burby for everybody. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. And then we'll talk about this guy tomorrow. But yeah, Nick needed his butt whooped.
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary blue, commentary, comment burgundy.